I'm back again, everyone, to bring you a recap of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, episode number 2 for this new season. And yes, I straightened my hair. I really love it. Like, I'm so excited. I got it straightened yesterday. So, yeah, I like it. I like the volume. I like the length. So, yay, it's straightened. I'm enjoying it so far. I used, the woman that did it for me, she used a pressing comb and a flat iron. So, and I don't seem to have any heat damage, and it's so soft, and I just love it. I love it. Like, when I had a perm, it didn't even have this much volume. Like, I had to have tracks to add, you know, some volume to it. And just with it being natural is just, I love it. But anyways, let's go into the first scene of the recap, shall we? So, the episode starts off with Nene and her son. They're in the car and they're talking about possibly moving to LA, you know, to further her career since she has her new show. So they were just talking about different schools that he's going to look into and, you know, stuff like that, sports that he may play. And they're actually on their way to go to the Pride Parade. And Nene is in the parade, you know, just talking, saying hello to everyone, you know, just mingling with people. So she arrives to the parade, and I don't know if anyone recognized it, but Shangela was there, and I love Shangela. And so I was just really surprised that, you know, the gay community had so much love for Nene. Like, that is just really surprising to me. But everyone loved her, and she had such great feedback. And, you know, she was passing out her I'm very rich bitch shirts, which I thought was really funny. Everyone is have these slogans, and they're making some money off of them with these t-shirts, so kudos for her. But there were so many lively people out there. Like, I wish I was there just to see everything. Like, there was this one guy that had on like this church lady hat, but he was so muscular, had his shirt off and some boxers on. He was fabulous, but it was just really funny. And Nene, she started to tear up a little bit because she was just so overwhelmed with all the gratitude and the appreciation she was getting from people. And she just really realized at that point that she made it. Like, she is doing what she always wanted to do. She's in the entertainment field, and people recognize her, and she's giving back to the community. So she really got overwhelmed with that. So, you know, even her son was in the parade with her. But after that, Greg came out and showed love for her. He came and supported her at the parade, which I thought was nice because, you know, since they're working on their relationship, I just really feel that he's really trying to win her back. And you can just see the love between them. Like, Nene tries to shake it off sometimes, but you can just see how much they really love each other and how much, you know, they're really trying to make it work. So I really appreciate their relationship. So the second scene starts off with Candy and Phaedra. They're out to lunch, and then comes Kenya, crazy Kenya. So Phaedra and Kenya never met, so Phaedra is like, oh my gosh, you have such a big butt, you got a donkey booty. You know how Phaedra is. She is fascinated with big butts. So she is already enjoying Kenya because she has a big butt. So they all, you know, start eating their lunch, and Kenya is talking about her experience with Cynthia from last episode at the Bailey agency when they had that Jet magazine model search. And Kenya was just saying how the one girl came there showing her coochie crack, and some of the girls just looked so sloppy, and, you know, she brought her security out because Cynthia's assistant was just being real rude and obnoxious. So Phaedra in the confessional was just like, okay, so Whitney Houston would have had security, Michael Jackson would have had security, Celine Dion, all these other people, but Kenya, like, who are you to have security? So that just really caught everyone off guard. But Candy was just like, so what's the issue with you and Cynthia? And, Kenya was just giving her side of the story. She felt that Cynthia basically was jealous of her and didn't have any mouth, and, she could take over the agency basically. So, Phaedra was just like, I hear her side, so, whenever I get with Cynthia, I'll just hear her side. But Phaedra seemed to really like Kenya, and they all seemed to get along because they were talking about Cynthia. But the next scene starts with Kim. She's with her son, and that dumb, stupid fool Sweetie is there also. And Kim is just reiterating that she's homeless and she'll know what to do. And she's not really trying to look for a house. Like, if I was in that situation, I would be scrambling to look for somewhere to live. Like, I have all these kids, they're my main priority. Like, we need to find somewhere to go. Like, I could be evicted at any point. So she is not really taking this situation seriously. And even Sweetie was just like, you really have to sit down with Croy and, talk about this, because this is really serious. Like, you don't know what's going to happen. You need to get going. So, she was just saying that she could move back into her townhouse because she still has it, but she doesn't want to because it's too small and all this stuff. And I'm just like, suck it up. Like, put the stuff in storage, move back into the townhouse. Like, you are fortunate that you even have somewhere to go back to. Like, a lot of people, if they get kicked out their house, they don't have nowhere to go. So you're fortunate to even have some place to call home. And what I don't like about Kim is she takes the things that she had for granted. And I just hate people that do that, because you don't know how it is to struggle. And she's probably struggled before. I know she has, with her first husband and with her first children. Like, wasn't she struggling with that husband? But she is just so, I don't even know what to call her, like, so conceited and so consumed with having money now. She don't even know how it is to struggle or just to downsize. It's okay to downsize. It doesn't make you less of a person. But whatever with her. So the next scene is with Kenya. She is in her house and she invited her aunt over. And even her aunt, Kenya's aunt, is telling her, like, you're really narcissistic, because Kenya was like, I'm going to make this room my office, and I'm going to have all my pictures and all my movies that I've been in and just post them all over this wall. And her aunt was like, you are so narcissistic, like, come on now. So, they both sit down and they start talking. Kenya was saying how her aunt was a former attorney. And her aunt starts talking about Walter. And Walter is the guy that Kenya is dating. And her aunt is basically saying, like, I've never met this guy. Like, you've been with him 2 years. Why haven't I met this guy? So Kenya is just telling her, like, she's really scared to show off her boyfriend to her aunt, because she feels that her aunt is so, she judged people a lot. Like, her ex-boyfriend that she invited over to, meet her aunt was just like, ew, you shouldn't be with him, like, he's not good for you. So she just feels that she wants to make sure that the guy that she's going to spend the rest of her life with is good enough to, meet her aunt, and her aunt will like him. And her aunt was just saying how, she misses the ex that she was with. I forgot what his name was. I don't know if she really mentioned his name, but she was just saying that she really wished that, it could have worked out with them. But Kenya just really started to break down, because she just feels like her aunt's approval is really important to her, when it comes to dating someone. Like, she really wants her aunt to approve the guy she's with. So she really wants to show off Walter to her, but she's really scared. But her aunt just really consoled her and said, if you feel comfortable with this guy, if you love him, if he treats you right, I will be fine with him. But the other guy, she just felt that he just wasn't good for her, that, it wasn't a healthy relationship. So that's all that happened with that. So Kenya just felt better, to realize that her aunt wants to meet this guy, and, she doesn't have any hatred towards him, and she wouldn't say anything that she wouldn't mean. She just wants the best for Kenya. So the next scene is Phaedra and Cynthia are at the gym, and of course, like I said before, Phaedra is so fascinated with big butts, so she's showing off her butt to the gym instructors, talking about, she has a donkey booty, and she starts jiggling it, and the guys are just laughing. So Nene also arrives at the gym, so they're working out, and Phaedra is very surprised that her and Nene are getting along. Like, they're really having a good time. They're working out. There's no tension or nothing. Everything is just so peaceful, and she's so surprised because, from the past seasons, they haven't really been getting along. So this was such a change for them. So they take a break, and the girls start talking, and they just explain how Cynthia wants to throw a party for Nene, but not necessarily for Nene. She wants to make a party for established women in the Atlanta area. Women who are successful, own their own businesses, lawyers, judges, stuff like that. So they just wanted to have a nice party for people to network and just celebrate women in the community. So everyone feels that, it's going to be a good party. So Phaedra asks, are you going to invite Kim and Candy and all those other people in Kenya? So, Nene is like, yes, of course, it's fine. You can invite Kim. Like, I don't have any issue with her. I'm past that, so it's fine. So they all came to the conclusion that they're going to invite everyone to this party. The next scene is with Kim and Croy, and I believe it's Kim's birthday. So Croy took her on a date on the little boat, nice little yacht, and they begin talking about the housing situation and how they really need to come up with something because it's really getting close to the time that they're probably going to get kicked out. So Croy is just like, I understand you may not like to go back to your townhouse, but that's the only choice we have. Like, we just need to put all this stuff in storage and just move back there until we find a situation where we can, have a house. So I guess they finally came to the agreement that that's what they're going to do. Croy, he gives Kim her birthday gift while they're eating dinner, and her gift is a bracelet that she wore at her wedding, and I guess the bracelet was something that was borrowed, and she really wanted that bracelet, so he got it for her birthday. That was really special. You can see how much, they really love each other, and they make a nice couple. The next scene is with Kenya, and she's on a date with her boyfriend, Walter. And she actually tells her age, and she's 41. I think she looks really good for her age, but like I said in my previous video, just because you look nice on the outside doesn't mean you are nice on the inside, and she is not a nice person. She has an ugly inside, but it seems that she keeps up with her body and her appearance, so she really looks good for 41. And she told her boyfriend that the reason why she wanted to move to ATL was because she wanted to be closer to him and to her family, and she really wanted to build on their relationship and show that she's really serious about this and how she really wants to be with him. She feels that, since she's 41, she's getting older. She wants to get married, have children, and settle down with somebody. So she's telling this to him, and he seems like really skeptical, like he doesn't know if he really wants to settle down with her. Like, I don't know, the way he was just looking, it just seemed like he was concerned or kind of nervous. So he started like downing some drinks, and even she realized that. She was just like, wow, you really are drinking a lot now. Are you nervous or something? And he was just like, So she asked him if he had any type of skeletons in his closet that she needs to know about, since she's down here. She don't want to get caught off guard if someone brings some information to her about him that she didn't know. So she just wants to start off with a clean slate because before they were just doing long distance relationship, she didn't see anything firsthand. So she just wants everything on the table and aired out. So he explained to her that, there's been a couple women in the area that he's dated, and he also asked out Candy. So her face just changed completely. She was so upset. So he was just saying we never went out or anything, because she was like, no, Candy didn't want to date him. So she was just like, now Candy could probably bring that back, she may say if she may say, if they got into an argument, she may say, well, at least I dated your boyfriend before, or something like that. Throw it in her face. And Kenya just got so out of line. She was just so upset. She asked the waitress to, bring a bag for her food. She didn't even want to eat it there. So she went to the restroom, and Walter was just saying, why is she overreacting? It's not that serious. I never even dated Candy. I just asked her out. So Kenya finally comes back, and, she's just like, I just want to take this slow. I really need to think about this, and it kind of hurts that you asked her out and stuff. But I'm just thinking, this man had a life before you. Obviously he had a kid, so he's been around a long time. Why is this that serious to you? And you and Candy are not even friends like that, so it's not even that serious. So I guess he finally flirts with her and woos her over, and everything is cool now. So she's all happy and lively, and it's whatever. So the next thing, the scene is with Kim and Kroy again. It's just a little quick scene before the commercial. And Kim and Kroy are complaining about how hot it was the night before, and how they have all these sexual favor games. For example, if she's tired in bed and it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and she asks Kroy to get her some water, she'll be like, I'll give you a blowjob if you give me some water and bring it back. So she's telling Sweetie about this, and it's just too much. So the next scene is Candy and her boyfriend. They are remodeling the house, and she invited Phaedra over to give her a tour of the house. And first thing Phaedra sees is Candy's dog. Phaedra is really scared of dogs. Something happened to her when she was younger. She got bit by a dog, and now she's just super afraid of them. And she can handle them when they're dead. That's why she can do that funeral business for the dogs, because they're not alive. But she's really terrified of the dog. So Candy begins to give Phaedra the tour of the house, and is explaining how she loves being in the situation with Todd, that's her boyfriend, and how they're really growing together and they really love each other. And Phaedra also stated that she was the one that introduced Todd to Candy, so she just really thought that he was a really good match for Candy, and she felt that she would see them get married in the future, which seems like it's coming soon. But I really like their relationship also, even though I feel like Candy is still the dominant one. So Phaedra begins to tell Candy that she hung out with Nene and Cynthia, and Candy is just like, what? Are you serious? Is this the same person that was stating the talls against the smalls? You're hanging out with her now? Candy was just so surprised that Phaedra and Nene, are trying to build a relationship. And Phaedra was just saying, Nene's in a different space, she's so calm now, and there was no issues, she's open to try new things, so hey, let's just give it a try. And Candy just really thinks that Nene is still hating on her and was always hating on her, and so she's really skeptical of starting a relationship with her too. But Phaedra invited Candy to the event that's going to take place about the all the successful women in Atlanta. And so Candy, she decided she's going to go, but she's still really interested in the fact that Phaedra and Nene are really, like, they're talking again. Like, they're not clashing anymore. So she just wants to see how that's going to unfold. The next scene is with the party. The party started, and all these successful women are there in Atlanta. And everyone is just networking, passing out business cards. That's really awesome. And so Kim and Sweetie arrive. Of course, Sweetie looks a mess. And also Candy and Kendra arrives. So when Cynthia arrives, you know, you can see Kenya's face. She's just like you can just tell she can't stand Cynthia. So everyone is just asking where Nene is, because Nene is taking so long. I think the party started and Nene is like an hour and a half or 2 hours late. So Sweetie and Kim, like, they rudely try to leave, and they don't even say bye to anybody. So they just start heading out towards the door, and they bump into Nene, and Nene is like, where are you going? Like, the party just started. Like, where are you going? And so Kim is just making up this excuse, like, I gotta go. I gotta go. My son is gonna be there, and Corey has to go to a meeting, so I have to go home now. So Nene is like, can you just stay for like 5 minutes? Like, I have an announcement. And Kim was just like, so Nene is like, come on, please, just stay for 5 minutes. You know, she's trying to make nice with Kim. She's making jokes and all this stuff. So Kim is just like, well, let me just go to the bathroom and I'll be back. So Nene is like, cool, okay. So when Nene starts to do her speech, and she's like asking everybody, well, where's Kim? Where's Kim? Kim and Sweetie rolled out. Like, they didn't care about, you know, anything. Like, they didn't want to be there. And Nene just felt so like she's really trying to make things work and work this relationship out. So she's just like, F it. Like, if you don't want to work it, then I'm not even going to try anymore. So yeah, Kim and Sweetie, they just left. The next scene is with Kenya. She is mocking Cynthia because Cynthia just made the speech, you know, saying how great she admires Nene and how hard Nene has worked and how she admires everyone in the room at the party, you know, all these successful women. So Kenya is just really mocking her to Candy and Phaedra, and, you know, everyone's kind of laughing. They're trying not to show it. So all of a sudden, Kenya gets on the mic and starts repeating what Cynthia says, like everything. And then she just makes it the Kenya show. Like, she wants everything to be on her. She wants all the attention. So she goes up to Nene also, and she's like, you know, I hope that the situation between me and Cynthia is not going to hinder our relationship. Like, I want to build a relationship with you, and I hope the fact that Cynthia is your best friend, you're not going to like try to build a relationship with me because we have our issue. So Cynthia jumps in, you know, just kind of throwing shade at her, like, when were you Miss America? Like, was that before Vanessa Williams, or was that after? So Kenya is just like, you know, just really upset at the fact. So Nene just, you know, tries to jump in and not make this a big deal. So she just tells Kenya, like, I'm my own woman, I have my own opinions of you, I will build a relationship with you, you know, I'm not going to stop talking to you because my friend doesn't like you. Like, that's not going to happen. So that's it. And then Candy is still kind of negative about the fact that Nene is changing. Like, she really feels like Nene is going to go back to her old ways, or it's just too soon for her to just change so much. So, I mean, I guess I understand where Candy is coming from, because Nene and her had this clash for so long. But, I mean, just try to make it work. Like, if it's, you don't have to be best friends with her, and you don't have to trust her, but just be cordial. Like, just try to make it work. So that was it for this episode. I'm excited to see next week's episode. I wonder, the new girl is going to pop up. The other new girl is going to pop up in that next episode. So I'm excited to see that. As always, I thank you all for watching my videos, and I thank you for all the support in the comments. I really, really appreciate it. I really love doing this channel. It's really been able to help me vent and just express my thoughts, and I like talking and discussing different things. So please leave a comment below if you like this video. Give me some suggestions. Also, let me know what type of videos you would like to see me do. Like, I'm really interested in trying new things, so please send me a message. Tell me what you like. I'm excited to do more things. I thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. Bye.